Kenobi. Kenobi. Kenobi! With the return of Fortnite's Star Wars collab and me wanting to celebrate May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th, I decided to bring back my Star Wars cosplays. But on the topic of Fortnite, if you don't already have a creator code selected in the Fortnite item shop or just in the Epic Games Store when making Epic Games purchases, I would massively appreciate it if you use my code. My code is all caps OBORROK. But even if you don't use my code, make sure you are using somebody's code because it comes at no extra charge to use and it helps whoever's code it is that you're using. But in order to kick this off, I decided to cosplay Darth Maul for the 3rd time. So now I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Alright, and we are back at it. It is now like 11 hours later. Yeah, so my face is completely shaved and my hair is slicked back. It is now time to get in my contacts. And Mr. Darth Maul has like wicked awesome irises. I personally don't have those contacts. I just have standard yellow contacts, but we'll make them work. And just like that, we have one of the contacts in. That totally didn't take me like 3 minutes to do. Ugh. Luckily, the only one took like 20 seconds. No, I'm not crying. It's sailing. I promise. Not sponsored. Alrighty, so first up, our colors. We are actually using Mayron paint, and we are going to be using black, red, and gold. And the reason we're using the gold is actually for the horns. So we have one of the horns from the last time we did this, but unfortunately we misplaced the other two. So good thing is we do have some extras, but we have to paint them. So next up is, of course, liquid latex. We're going to be using this so that we can actually stick the horns onto my face. And then we are going to be using FX Freak's paintbrush set. So shout out to FX Freak. Now, the first step for the makeup itself is to lay down an outline of the markings that Darth Maul has on his face. Now, for the most part, the outlining is done, so now we're going in and doing the filling, and I'm finishing the horns. We're getting there. We're almost there. Now, something I do want to mention about Mayron paint is how good the coverage is. Of course, doing multiple coats will ultimately look better, but even just one coat looks pretty freaking solid. And another thing I love about Mayron paint is the fact that it is water activated, so it is super easy to take off. Either a little bit of micellar water or just jumping in the shower. But the really good thing is you actually don't have to really truly worry about sweat, because even if you're sweating a little bit, Mayron will still hold on very nicely. I've actually been in situations before where I've worn Mayron paint for over 8 hours, and by the end of it, it has still looked great. Hashtag not sponsored, I just really like Mayron paint. Now, with everything else said and done, for the most part, it's time to add in the red. Honestly, Darth Maul is one of those characters in Star Wars that just looks badass. From his horns to his patterns, and of course, his dual-bladed lightsaber. Alrighty, now we need to get the horns on, so we're using our liquid latex. We're going to let it sit for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to place it onto each of the locations here on my forehead, and then we're just going to hold it in place for a couple seconds and then hope that it stays. Now, when it comes to the liquid latex itself, you are going to want to make sure that you cover all of the edges and little corners of each horn so that they properly stay on and have a good hold. Because even though I applied enough pressure, the first time I tried this, I didn't have enough liquid latex and there was little edges and corners that kept lifting up. With all of this done, the next time you see me, I will fully be Darth Maul. Will rip this city to the ground.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this breakdown of how I became Darth Maul, please drop a like on this video, and if you'd like to check out any of my other Star Wars cosplay videos, you can do so by clicking right here.